That would be Mr. Robinette. Sir, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number. Oh, y'all are still on mute.
Got it. There you go. I'm sorry.
That's
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. My name is Robinette. My
DOC.
DOC number is 762727.
Good. Yes, sir. All right. Let me just, let me acknowledge that you have a guest here today, your grandmother, who Ms. Robinette, Ms. Paula Robinette. She wants to speak on your behalf, and we're going to call on her at the appropriate time for her remarks. Mr. Robinette, you are classified as a first felony offender. You're currently serving a 2-year sentence. You were sentenced May 6, 2022 in Webster Parish for contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile sex offense. Parole eligibility is November the 1st of this year, and your full term date is May 2nd, 2024. Does all that sound correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your case has been assigned to Mrs. Wise. Would you answer her questions?
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Are you supposed to graduate from Steve Hard on July 28th of this year?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
How's it going?
It's going good. I've learned some stuff about myself and how to go forward and not have to worry about doing anything like this again.
Okay. What about sex offender treatment? Have you had that?
Yes, ma'am. That's the program I'm in.
Okay, so you're at Steve Hard, but you're not in the substance abuse program?
No, ma'am. I'm in the sex offender program.
Oh, okay. That's where you graduate from. Okay, 7/20/23. Do you and I see you've had some mental health concerns, so that's being addressed while you at Steve Hard as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on medication?
Yes, ma'am.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. It helps a lot.
Okay, good. What was going on in your life when you committed this offense?
Just being young and dumb, honestly. I just turned 18, 17, just turned 18, and young and immature, not thinking clearly.
Because you were a minor, right? You knew that.
Do what?
You knew she was a minor, right?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Okay. I do want to, there's the indications that you don't have any victim opposition to your early release. And I just want to state that, and so that you can be aware of that. And it's kind of unusual. You have law enforcement opposition, but your judge is unopposed to your early release. And I just want to state that for the record. You were, help me out on this. You were arrested December the 18th of 2020 and 3/29 of 2021. That's involved the same young lady, right?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. You got arrested. Look back here. You had a contributed to the delinquency of a juvenile on 12/18 of 20. Who was that? That was in Webster.
Yes, ma'am. That was my ex.
Okay, and then the other one, 3/29 of 21, there was a sexual battery of a child under 13, cruelty to a juvenile, 2 counts, and a felony corner of a juvenile. So who was that victim there?
That would have been my half sister.
Oh, so there was 2 different ladies, 2 different incidents.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I was, okay. And so you just got your time 5/6 of 22 on the second charge.
On both of them.
Okay. Well, when you say both of them, what do you mean?
On all of the charges that they have for me, I took time at the same time for all of them.
Oh, you're right. I do see that now. Okay, I see that. I see that now. Okay. Was substance abuse a factor in this?
Not really.
Not really? I would rather a yes or no.
I think it was more a matter of no.
Okay. Okay, so you don't need your
Matter of mental health problems.
Okay, okay, because you asked Steve Howard now would be a good time to address it. But you have a full term date in 24, so this would be a good time to take advantage of substance abuse treatment. And you can just kind of come to yourself and realize if you need it or not. I'm just gonna put
Right.
that out. That's that idea. I saw what you were seeing, you got trained in CNA, right? That was your occupation?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you find that work rewarding?
I did. I really did. I enjoy helping people and taking care of those that can't take care of themselves.
Okay, good, good. There's some mention of a transition plan to Oklahoma.
Yes, ma'am. That's where my grandparents and my father live, which is where I would be trying to go back to when I get out.
Okay. Okay. Do you think you have what you need to be successful? After you
Yes, ma'am.
finish this treatment, you do?
I really do.
And I want to say off the top, when you go to Oklahoma, you have to follow their sex offender laws.
Yes, ma'am.
They make that. I'm sure they're going to differ from ours.
Okay. I understand.
Sometimes they create some rift because you were saying, well, I was supposed to be. It doesn't matter wherever you are living at, you have to follow their conditions of supervision if you get accepted.
Understood.
Good, good. That's all I had, Jim.
Madam Chairman,
Mr. Rutherford.
Mr. Johnson, how is he doing in the program?
So I remember the day Vendor Robinette showed up, and he has done some pretty good work. Our counselors say good things about him. He has no serious infractions, or I don't think any infractions at all in his time here. He is correct that he graduates on July 28th of this year. So we're about 2 or 3 months away from that. And to be clear, that's all 4 phases of sex offender treatment, plus everything else that we offer. So he's mandatory anger management, our empathy and awareness class. There's several other things I'm slipping off the top of my mind. Okay, so Linden Bounds? Okay, so he is in the, he may be mistaken about this, but he is in the first stage of Steve Hoyle, which is what we offer to all people in our sex offender program that test positive for needing to use the drug program. So he is taking that aspect of it. He also, like y'all mentioned earlier, he is participating in our mental health clinic, and I'm told is doing well with that. Medication compliance.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Robinette, and as far as long-term program plans for you, I see you you're interested in enrolling in Ashland University. Have you done so?
Yes, ma'am, but I've not got my schedule yet.
Okay.
I was actually talking to the lady here that does that, and she said that I should be starting in May.
Good. That's good to hear. Okay. Anything, but well, I tell you what, let's hear from your grandmother. She's joined us and she wants to speak on your behalf. Go ahead, ma'am, Ms. Robinette.
Yes, ma'am. I have been in constant contact with Shane since, he was incarcerated, and I can hear in his voice the regrets, the change. I'm sorry. And I know that there is the transition that would have to be done, the acceptance from Oklahoma, to move him to Oklahoma. He lived with us up here for a little while, and he had no problems here. I mean, it's when he was back into the old environment, and I feel like he's overcome that area, and he would have support here. He has his great-grandfather, his dad, myself, his grandfather, stepmother. Everybody would be of support for Shane. He would have people around him that love him, that are concerned about him. He has a church that's willing to open their arms to him with supervision. Then we realize that has to be done. But he has a good foundation here.
Good, good to hear. Thank you so much. Shane, anything you want to say to us before we vote?
I just thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to come before y'all today, and God bless y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. What is Layla's last name?
Sarver.
Okay, thank you. I think we are prepared to vote. Mrs. Wise?
Sir, Shane, I'm glad that you are getting all the help that you need. But for me, the nature of the offense, you only got 2 years. I see that you need to serve those 2 years and take full advantage of everything is there. And I definitely concur with the transfer to Oklahoma at that time. Because of your multiple sex offense history, poor supervision, I vote to deny.
Mr. Roche?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. My vote is the same as Mrs. Watts.
All right, Mr. Robinette, my vote would be to grant your parole. Mr. Johnson said you were doing really well in the class or any infractions. You seem to have a good transition plan in Oklahoma. I was pleased to learn that you're trying to further your education by enrolling in the Acton University. I would add a condition that you have no contact whatsoever with Layla Sarver. But Mr. Robinette, you've got 2 votes to deny and 1 sole vote to grant. So today your parole's been denied. But as Mrs. Wise said, you've got less, right at a year left to take advantage of any opportunities that are afforded to you. Wish you well and start working on your interstate compact prior to your release. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, and Major, thank you so much for accommodating us today. I think that concludes our business. Oh, I'm sorry, we got one more.
So, okay.
Cockroach. We just saw a sickening, and I'm happy that we're exposing it. The judge is not opposed. Of course the judge is not opposed. The same judge that gave this cockroach 2 years? Two years? We're looking at a serial pedophile. This man is the worst of the worst. These are the ones that will never get cured. These are the ones that have a mental illness. You heard his record? He's been arrested multiple times for doing this. He raped his stepsister under the age of 13. Two years? And this board is like, Miss Renatza, I'll give you, you're doing great. And it flew right past their head. Oh, I see you're a CNA. So like a healthcare worker who works with, oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoy helping people who can't help themselves. Do you not see how dangerous that man is? Working with the elderly, working with the impaired, working with the disabled. Do you not see that this is a predator who got that position? For what reasons do you think? Do you really want a child rapist, a predator, a cockroach, helping your grandmother alone in a room with someone who might not be able to communicate but can be fully present? Sickening. This is why I do this. This is only going to stop when you expose it for what it is. Criminal. Two years. Let's go check out this beautiful judge who thought that it was great to give him 2 years. And he's not opposed. Why? Look at what I found here from March 14, 2022, the court docket. Guy's barely served any time. Ready up for parole. Look at what he has. Webster Parish District Court. Criminal lawyer Eric Johnson. Police judge Parker Self. Contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile. Look at that. He wanted to go to trial before he took the plea deal. Oh, there's another one. Misdemeanor, carnal knowledge of a juvenile. They gave him only a misdemeanor. Oh, look, another one. Cruelty to a juvenile. Arraigned on amended bail. Bill? I couldn't find anything else online. I found this, but it's not much. Where is it? It's misdemeanor, carnal knowledge of a juvenile. How is that a misdemeanor? January 8th, 2021. Maybe that was his girlfriend. Who knows how old she was? I was 17. I just turned 18. Yeah. Okay. You know, maybe I would have taken it easy on you, except for the fact that you raped your stepsister under the age of 13. Two years. And no, he wasn't. He was arrested 12/18/20 for that. 3/29/2021. 3/29/2021 is when he raped his half sister under the age. It's not even his stepsister. It's his half sister. It's his half sister. And the grandmother shows up to support him so he can get out early. And she cries when he doesn't. What about your granddaughter? You know, so many of these cockroaches have enablers. They really do. The judge is unopposed. And he's a CNA healthcare worker. Hello. If you ever have to go to a healthcare facility or send a loved one to a healthcare facility, let's remember that there are people like this that like to work there. And it's not because they love helping people who can't help themselves. Let's be real. Let's not put our head in the sand. Reminder to have a private investigator check every single employee because we know that they don't. How many cases do we now hear about nurses who kill? And other terrifying stories. And remember, these are only the times that he's been caught. Who at this age has that kind of record? This is only the amount of times he's been caught. Red flag on any judge that gets a 2-year sentence. And then they coo over him. And even Miss Renazza says he's doing great. Now, I know that to give her some credit, she was voting for whatever reason, just to make him feel good about the work he's doing. And I don't believe for a second she would have let him out, but I don't understand why there's no one here representing the victims. I don't understand why there's no assistant DA here representing the victims. I don't understand how a judge cannot be opposed of a sentence that he gave this cockroach. Let him out early? Why? He only serving 2 years. He altered the course of his half-sister's life forever. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with the world that we live in, where someone can get a distribution charge and get sent away for 10 years, 20 years? And here he rapes his half-sister under the age of 13? What world do we live in? How does a judge sleep at night? Oh, I did great. I sent away those guys that were dealing pot on the corner. Decade they're locked away. Oh, the guy raped his half-sister? I empathize with him, 2 years. And I'll make sure I give him a recommendation when he's up for parole. What was the judge? Eric Johnson? That was his lawyer, Judge Parker, South Louisiana. Let me see if that's actually his name. It is his name. Let's go. Let's go take a look at this wonderful judge who's keeping our children safe and our streets free. Let's go take a look. Term ends in 2026. It couldn't come fast enough. He began his service in January of 2004. Practiced law in 1984 to his election to the bench. Board of the Governor is currently a member of the Bill of Rights section. Party, Republican. Well, constituents, if you vote for him, you elect him to the board, just know that he gives pedophiles 2-year sentences. And he even doesn't mind if they get released early. Because our kids are obviously not that important to him. This is why I do this. This is why I do this channel, because I need to expose what's going on behind closed doors. I don't think that the people who've voted that judge onto the bench understand that they contributed to this judge giving lenient sentencing to this man, to this roach, to this pedophile, to this child rapist? You think they know? How come it's not being reported? How come it's not on the news? Well, it starts here. Maybe I will show with my relationships at the Louisiana local news there. Maybe this is a story they would like to cover. Why does a child rapist get out after 2 years, huh? Tell me. Not even after 2 years. Oh yeah, that's you. Maybe I'll do that. He's just gonna get better at hiding it. He's gonna hurt more children. Just my opinion. Terrifying. Anyways, with that, I'll let you go.